Adam Zaleski became a millionaire in 10 years. However, he never earned more than $64,000 as a college professor. He did it simply by buying a home, living in it, and renting it out when he moved. And he repeated this 4 times and became financially free. So today let's go over the story of how Adam Zaleski became a millionaire on the average American income. Our fire story begins near Chicago, where Adam's parents would get a divorce. Because of this, he grew up around a lot of bickering about money, so he made a pledge to himself that he would never be in a position where he was constantly complaining about it. He also observed that his white-collar mother had to endure long daily commutes into the city, and his blue-collar father would brag about working 60 hours per week to make more money. However, none of this resonated with Adam because he wanted to brag about working only 30 hours per week. So he decided he would define his own path, and 2 moments during college would help to solidify his journey. On the last day of one of his college classes, his geology professor would share that he had a net worth of $10 million. This professor was an unassuming man working at a state university who taught because he really enjoyed it and not because he needed the money. The professor would go on to give the advice, find something you love to do, and if you want more money, find a way to make more money through investments and not through your job. The next catalyst occurred when right before he graduated, his mother would give him a copy of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which shifted his mindset about the way he thought about money. You see, both experiences made him realize that investing builds wealth because of its exponential growth potential, where earning income is limited by its linear growth. So when Adam graduated college, he wanted to become a professor despite the low salary, but he knew he would make money by owning rental homes instead. So in his early 20s, he set a goal to own 4 properties and to own $1 million in real estate. After completing his undergraduate and master's degrees in California, Adam got his PhD in Fort Collins, Colorado, because the housing market was more affordable. He house-hacked his way through 5 years of graduate school by buying a 4-bedroom house near campus and rented out the 3 other bedrooms. You see, most graduate students finish school in the red. However, Adam's net worth actually increased during this time due to the equity he built in the house. And this Colorado house remains one of Adam's rental properties to this day. After finishing his PhD, Adam turned down a job in Washington, D.C., paying him $67,000. Instead, he took a job as a university professor in Florida that paid him only $40,000. Why would he do this? You see, Adam saw that housing prices were suppressed in Florida during the recession, and he could get a discount, while the homes in D.C. were recession-proof due to the stability of government jobs. So he found a home in Florida that cost $95,000, and he put in $16,000 into the renovations. That $95,000 house eventually appreciated to $310,000 during the 10 years he owned it and became his second rental property. Now, before we get into houses 3 and 4, let's take a minute to get into Adam's mindset. You see, as a PhD in social psychology, Adam understands that humans are social creatures who do what everybody else does. So, when everyone is buying something, the price goes up because everybody wants it. And when the prices of things fall, everybody sells. You see, buying high and selling low is the exact opposite behavior required to become wealthy. And Adam would take advantage of his psychological background to make smart investing decisions. Next, Adam and his wife moved from Florida to Hawaii as he wanted to make a transition to teaching community college, and also he wanted to live in Kauai. He and his wife started by renting out a studio apartment for $1,100 by the beach, but eventually bought 3 years later. Despite only earning $64,000, he and his wife were able to buy a $603,000 foreclosure house by taking out a cash refinance on his Colorado house. He estimates he got a $100,000 discount because there was water in the basement and nobody was sure where it was coming from. But he took a risk and he bought the house, and he realized the leak was only due to leaves clogging the gutters. And Adam also house-hacked this property because it had a basement mother-in-law suite. Despite being his most expensive house yet, he was able to subsidize the $2,650 mortgage by renting out the basement unit for $1,600, reducing his mortgage payment to $1,050. And towards the end of their 4 years in Hawaii, Adam and his wife welcomed the birth of their first son, and they realized they wanted to be back near family. So Adam and his wife moved back to Colorado, and the Hawaii house would become their 3rd and 4th rental units, and they had the plan to make it their eventual retirement home. In Colorado, Adam found a job teaching community college, earning $55,000, and they bought their next house for $280,000 by refinancing their Florida house for the down payment. Adam was able to get a $20,000 discount by buying the house in the fall when there is generally less demand. So, after 10 years, Adam far exceeded his goals of having $1 million in real estate over 4 houses. He had his primary Colorado house, as well as a rental property in Colorado, another in Florida, and 2 rental properties in Hawaii, which have all appreciated in value over time and bring him rental income every month. As of 2021, Adam has a net worth of $1.2 million. He has $200,000 in retirement savings, and they never earned more than $90,000 combined in salaries and rental income. One of the most impressive parts of their story is that Adam never sacrificed the quality of his life. He now works 30 hours per week, spends 3-day weekends with his family, and travels multiple times per year. And for those just starting out, Adam gives the following advice. Come up with your own goals, and don't come up with goals that other people tell you should have. And once you figure out that goal, then just reverse engineer it and ask yourself, how do I get there? And then if each step seems too big, then just break it down into smaller steps. And when you accomplish each step, remember to celebrate your wins, because that's what he did to define his own path and to build the life he wanted. So if you like this video, check out this other video I made about the book that inspired Adam. And this has been the Tin Man at TinManFIRE, and we'll see you next time.